Hello, I'm Sandra Lopez and I'm the Partnership Coordinator for Latin America and the Caribbean for the Methodist Church in Britain. I'm currently on a partnership visit in Colombia, visiting the Methodist Church in Colombia. I'm in the beautiful city of Medellin, which is known as the City of Eternal Spring. This is where the headquarters of the church is. And I'm currently sitting with Juan Alberto Cardona, who is a former scholarship and leadership training student that the Methodist Church in Britain enabled to study at the Corrymeela community. He studied issues surrounding peace and reconciliation, which are very pertinent particularly for the time that Colombia is going through as it continues to work towards peace in the country. So I'm going to ask Juan a few questions about what work he is now doing for the Methodist Church in Colombia now that he's back from studying over there at Corrymeela. Okay, Juan.
Well, hi everybody. As Sandra said, my name is Juan, and I'm glad to be here.
That's wonderful. And Juan, can you just tell us a bit about what you're doing now in the Methodist Church in Colombia in terms of peace and reconciliation, and what you've been able to implement, in connection to what you learned during your year at Corrymeela?
So first, what we're organizing here is because the Methodist Church is getting really deep involved with the peace process here in Colombia. So what we started doing was let us know. So going to the meetings, be there, be present, and we have some invitations through the government to assist some of the meetings of the peace dialogues. So we just start doing, all this first beginning part of getting to know each other, and so they can start to hear our desires or reflections about the peace process. That's in one hand of the church. Other part is that with the program that I was in Corrymeela, I learned certain skills with the DCP training, that is dialogues for peace change. DCP. Dialogue for a peace change. Sorry, I just.
That's okay.
Anyway.
Yep, dialogues for peace change. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so with this training, what I was able to do is to understand the difficulties that are when there disagree between people or teams or groups or whatever. So I try to transmit this information to larger groups of persons and teach them about reconciliation and how the importance of reconciliation is. For example, to rehumanize our enemies, because here the violence has been for so long that they don't even see them like human beings or people that even have a life or a daughter or son or whatever, like a spark, So I have a chance with a university to have a speech when I was talking about reconciliation. So a lot of people were like, I didn't thought about that. I didn't thought about how important it is to rehumanize again a human being and organize my ideas about what is my enemy or what is my feelings about this. A lot of youth people here grow up in this world without not knowing that it's a war, because we're privileged in the sense of we're in the city, not in the fields where the violence is more higher. Mm. So a lot of these people are the youth people here are I don't know how to say it, but they don't care. But if you ask them, they say, oh yeah, they're enemy, we have to kill them, but they don't even know what they're saying. They don't know the meaning of the words that they're using and the power that damage words are. Mm. So when I have the chance to speak with this youth in this university that I speak, they change their mind and they say well, I have to think twice before I start saying or thinking things that I say, because they're human beings too. They suffer. They need to provide food or water, and they don't have it. I'm not saying that they're saints or anything. I mean, they did bad things, but our government did bad things to them too, and we are in the middle of fights that it's just two big powers fighting among them, but they don't move anything. And the poor and the patient of my country are the ones who are fighting between each other. So it's like a like a fight of rich people, but the pawns are just pure people and ignorant people that can be controlled and managed the way they want. So if you put that out and you just show them that they're human beings as you and me, they start, thinking about it in a different way. So I learned that things at Corrymeela, and it was like a change life experience for me. I really highlight, recommend it. It's a really good thing because it changed my life. I was a youth that I was angered, so I was in violence, and I didn't knew about the other side of the coin. To know and to understand that they're human beings and God loves him as well as I, and that is important.
Thank you very much for sharing that. And just to finish, could you tell me in about 30 seconds what your hopes are for Colombia and for the peace treaty?
Oh, 30 seconds. Okay, let me try. So, just that step to understand that we need to rehumanize them. They're humans beings, that they have needs, and if we do just that little click, I think we can afford big things in the world. But if we don't do that, if we don't love them as God said to us, to love each other as He loved us, then we're done.
Thank you, Juan, and we just pray that God will bless you in your ministry here in the church, and thank you very much for sharing with me. Bye.